Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Federico Talks Watches. Today, I'm joined by my boy John. How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
Good. I figured you could help me with today's video.
I hope a little bit. Kind of useless sometimes.
Yeah, I noticed. So earlier this week, I shot a video, 5, really cheap watches that get respect from watch collectors, and it did really well. But a lot of people also asked, "But Fed, what about really expensive watches that get no respect from watch collectors?"
That's a pretty good one.
It's a good one, and it's a thing. It's true. Before we get started, though, customary wristwatch check. It is Speedy Tuesday, but I didn't do it on purpose.
Yeah?
I'm wearing my Speedy Apollo 14. What about you?
And I'm actually wearing a 1970s Speedy as well, and I didn't do it on purpose. I don't buy into that whole thing.
Speedy, it just kind of happened. And of course, guys, if you didn't know, my boy John has a YouTube channel. Please go show your support. It means a lot to us. It's called John P. Link in the description below. Head on over, subscribe. We're trying to get this off the ground.
Yeah, it's a lot of vintage, vintage-inspired channel.
And since you've been, just starting to do this, you have a lot more enthusiasm than I do. So your videos are genuinely better than mine.
They're fresh. They're fresh.
They're fresh. That is true.
Tasty.
And also, don't forget to go check out delraywatch.com. That's how we pay our bills.
That is.
And we got some really, really cool watches. And in all seriousness, go check it out. Even if you don't want to buy anything, just some cool watches to take a look at.
Absolutely.
But yeah, okay. Expensive watches.
This is good.
Expensive watches that don't get respect. Here's the thing, man. There's a lot of great, very expensive watches.
Yep.
F.P. Journe, Patek Philippe, Rolex. All watches that if you can afford them, they're pretty awesome.
Amazing. The best.
The best.
The best.
But there are a few that, as watch geeks, and this is from a watch geek's perspective, that you might see someone wearing, and you're like, man,
they could have bought a Patek.
Did you really spend that kind of money on that watch? Really? And all this video is all in good fun. I'm sure a few of you guys own a few of these, but I think, there's some truth to this. There's a few of these brands that just don't make any sense to watch collectors.
Yep.
Do you kind of want to get started with the first one?
Sure. Well, I think that this is going to be a very popular one, and probably no one is going to disagree with me on this because of the way the brand has gone, but Franck Muller.
Ooh, I know a couple of guys that own them. And genuinely, I like the way they look. I think the designs are cool.
Yeah.
But the self-proclaimed master of complications, which he agrees on every watch,
master
uses ETA movements and charges you 20 G's for them.
In the words of Jay-Z, Bueller had a Mueller, so I went and bought a Mueller.
Yeah, there you go. Dude, Franck Muller is a brand that was kind of hot in the 90s and early 2000s, but boy, I beautiful watches. Yep. I can't think of a worse value in the watch world than buying a brand new Franck Muller chronograph. Might as well put your money in a pile and set it on fire.
Especially in precious metal, right? What is that, 40 grand?
I don't know. I don't even know about... I know the steel ones are about 20.
Yeah.
And no relevant watch collector, everybody knows they're completely overpriced. I don't want to call them pieces of shit, but, they're a $3,000 watch.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
12 grand.
They're very niche, and I don't know what that niche is.
Now, they do make some very high-end pieces. They make the Eternitas, the Mega Complication. When they try, they accomplish. They just don't try very often.
Do they do an equation of time?
Dude, they make the most complicated wristwatch on Earth.
They're the master.
Yeah, but it's just when you engrave Master of Complication on a Valjoux 7750, Frank, no one's taking you seriously.
Wait, this could go on forever, but what's the next one? Because we could smash Franck Muller all day.
Okay. And I do like the designs. Just putting it out. The next one, and I've owned one of these. Hublot.
Hublot.
What can we say? Avant-garde designs. When they came out, they were super fresh. They were all about the design, different materials. But nowadays, they're just considered nouveau riche like accessories for people with too much money that don't actually know anything about watches. For the most part.
It's true. How many have we been asked for?
0. How many Hublots did we sell last year? Exactly, total.
Half of one, the guy changed his mind.
I don't even know. I don't even know. Yes, 0. And here's the thing: the designs are cool, and pre-owned. If you spend $4 or $5 on one, it's okay.
Classic.
But to spend $15,000 on a Big Bang in ceramic, once again with the 7750, great movement, but not for $15,000.
It's panic money.
Most people that you see wearing a Hublot are wearing like Ed Hardy. And
Affliction.
Affliction, and they speak in like a thick Russian accent.
And that's cool. It's just not Watch Geek, right?
It's just not Watch Geek. And we're just having a little bit of fun. We're making fun of it, but that's the point of this episode, is to have a little bit of fun. And guys, don't forget, Federico owned one. I owned a steel and ceramic Big Bang back in like 2007.
You wearing Ed Hardy t-shirts?
No, I was sticking to Brooks Brothers, but I had a Big Bang.
Interesting theory.
Yeah, I know, right? What's next for you?
Oh, let me think about this. Oh, this is going to be kind of an interesting one. Harry Winston, right? Like, they're actually quality watches, but they just don't get respect from watch guys. And I'm not sure why, because they're quality watches. They're made by a very high-end jewelry manufacturer.
So this is one of those things where we don't genuinely have anything bad to say about the brand.
Yeah.
It's more the watch collectors. I think real watch geeks will love Harry Winston. I mean, Harry Winston with their Opus series.
Oh, wow.
But you're right. Most, like, normal watch geeks, they kind of disregard it.
It's overlooked. They're like, what's a Harry Winston? Like,
But it's super high-end. Great materials, yes, jewelry predominantly, but respectable watches, I'd say.
Absolutely. They're just not for watch geeks,
Next is a brand that I think doesn't take itself too seriously, and we certainly don't take it too seriously.
What is this?
Jacob & Co.
Jacob & Co.
So Jacob is the brand that has made some of the most expensive and complicated watches on Earth, but it's also the brand that shoved 5 quartz movements into a steel watch case and covered it with diamonds.
And what do they charge for that?
I have no idea, but it's a travesty.
$15,000 for quartz movement and 5 diamonds.
I'm not gonna lie, like, I kind of like it. Like, it's kind of cool.
For $1,000 plus diamond cost.
But there's like 0 watch cred to like 90% of their watches.
You almost bought one, didn't you?
Dude, I had a moment where I'm like, I kind of need a diamond watch.
You called me over, you're like, this is amazing. No, you...
I mean, but it was an aesthetic thing. It wasn't a watch.
It's pretty. It's a piece of jewelry.
It's a piece of jewelry, and they do make some really high-end watches, but I just think most watch collectors don't give them respect, and they kind of deserve it. I mean, it's getting better, but they still kind of deserve it.
That's interesting.
I think. I don't know. Personally.
That's a pretty good one. That's a great one.
What about you, man? What's your last one?
The last one, and it's only going to be because of just what they've done with their brand and how the prices just don't fit the watches for what they are, is Porsche Design watches. Modern-day Porsche Design watches. They have PVD watches with like a 7750 or something for like $7,000. Now, for someone that they're making cars and t-shirts and they're going to have a watch for $7,000 for a PVD watch, like with a base movement, I don't understand.
Well, I give them a little bit of slack because they're not a true watch manufacturer, and their vintage stuff is genuinely sweet.
It's cool.
But yeah, man, modern Porsche Design, I mean, vintage Porsche Design gets the hat tip.
So cool.
Hat tip from watch collectors.
Well, they didn't even make it.
Well, and I still don't think they make it now. I'm not sure.
Well, they have an in-house caliber, or at least they say they have an in-house caliber, but I don't think they put it in many of their watches. And like, those watches are through the roof. But like, I don't know. It just, you don't see them getting respect, because they
not
have
anymore.
Like super low-end ones for like a few $100s as well. And so it's like, it's the same thing as Jacob & Co. There's too much of like a dichotomy.
Well, I think the vintage ones get respect, but I don't think any real watch geek is buying a currently released.
Would you wear one?
I mean, is it free?
No, let's say you're getting it at like 70% off, which is gray market.
No.
Without a doubt. Absolutely not.
There's better ways for me to spend $2,000.
When you buy your first Porsche, will you wear the one they give you?
Yeah, sure. If they give me one, I mean, I'll wear it. I'm a watch. Listen, I'll wear a Swatch System 51, but I'm not spending $2,000 on a $7,000 Porsche. I'm just not. I don't care. Like, there's better. Hell, I'll go buy a Longines 1945. I'll go buy a cool vintage watch. I'll go buy a Corum Bubble if I get a great deal, but I'm not buying a Porsche Design. Not a new one.
How about a Mark 40?
It's too small for me, man. I love that watch, but I need to lose like 80 pounds before I can wear it. Huh. Goals. Life goals. Anyway, guys, that's just a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek, fun episode, but I think there's some truth to it. Don't hate us too much, but let us know what you think in the comment section below, and of course, go check out John's channel.
John P. That's me.
That's him. Anyway, guys, thank you so much, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a happy holiday, and take care.